Go Cali on that ass, you know?
Are there no other men in Utah?
I hope they're screwing, yeah.
F you, Jordan. I can do what I want now. Is that her goal?
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Gina. And welcome to Mormon Wives Confidential. There's so much going on. Again, it never ends.
I don't know how this keeps happening every week. It's like an explosion. Every week we have some major thing to talk about, which is wild because the show still isn't even filming for season 5.
At the top, there's a lot going on with Taylor and Dakota, and we exclusively broke that Taylor filed a restraining order against Dakota.
Yeah.
Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, as soon as court opened yesterday, so court opened at 8 a.m. Utah time, Tuesday morning. And as soon as court was open, Taylor's attorneys ran and filed a protective order against Dakota. Taylor basically alleged in her protective order that Dakota had physically assaulted her, that he had, during an argument, slammed her head into his dashboard. So really, really serious allegations of abuse there. Mm-hmm. And this is during the same incident that Dakota's roommate previously called 911 about on Dakota's behalf. So this is February 23rd and 24th
of this year.
Yeah. And so this incident happened at Taylor's house. And so Dakota has already filed a protective order against Taylor. That protective order was filed back on March 19th, which happens to be Ever's birthday.
Right.
Screwed up.
Which she was really upset about.
Which is totally fair.
Yeah.
So they were set to face off in a hearing yesterday. They were set to face off in a hearing, I think it was at 10:30, 11:30 Utah time. So Taylor filed this right before they were set to face off in a hearing. And this hearing was specifically about Dakota's protective order against Taylor and custody of Ever. Mm-hmm. And we both listened to the hearing intently. It was a really difficult hearing to listen to because it was, first of all, it went very long. It went well over an hour. And there was a lot of allegations leveled against both sides.
It was really the lawyers for each of them speaking, but Taylor and Dakota were present virtually.
Yes, and they both kept their cameras off, which was probably for the best because I'm sure they were making a lot of faces.
I did see Dakota flicker on for 1 second right in the very beginning and then shut it right back off. I was about to go screenshot on it. And they were like, and then I was like, oh, damn it, I missed it.
Yeah. It's really very, very, probably for the best that they didn't show their faces.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, no. And, the judge really kept emphasizing that there were allegations on both sides of violence, that he didn't want to say, I'm not the one to judge whether or not domestic violence happened on both sides. I'm not re-prosecuting the 2023 arrest of Taylor, mm-hmm. But I am taking into account all of the factors leading up to this protective order hearing that Dakota had filed for. And the judge ultimately had taken a lot of things into account, and he decided, now Taylor has not seen Ever since Dakota filed that protective order back on March 19th.
Almost a month ago now. And so the judge decided to only allow her 8 hours of supervised visitation with Ever a week. It's crazy to me because neither of them were charged with a crime, and I believe Taylor's attorney or Dakota's, I can't remember which, said that there is no intention that they understand that there is going to be charges.
So that was Taylor's attorney.
Okay.
And I immediately, while we were listening to the hearing, reached out to the police, and the police, specifically the Draper City PD, got right back to me, and they said, no, that's not the case. This is still an ongoing investigation. Taylor's team was definitely trying to soften the allegations.
Wishful thinking there. They're we heard this, and they're like, no.
The Draper City PD shut that right down to us and told us this is still pending.
Charges are still on the table.
Yeah.
She's still facing jail time, prison time.
She's still very well could be.
Okay.
And so could Dakota, at the end of the day, because there are allegations on both sides. But I agree. I can't believe that the judge, decided to give her this meager visitation with Ever, considering there have been no charges that have been filed yet. These are all just hearsay allegations at this point.
I didn't realize before until I was like in the hearing that she had 70% custody and he had 30.
Yes.
So it has flipped extreme. Like I cannot imagine not seeing my child it's going to be well over a month at that point by the next court date in April 30th.
Yeah. So she's going to be able to see him just like in little chunks of time. It was also interesting to see how the judge was determining, along with the guardian ad litem, who is the person that is, tasked with being in the best interest of the child at the hearing. It was interesting hearing how the guardian ad litem and the judge spoke about who possibly can help supervise these visits for Taylor.
Yeah.
So, Taylor's mother and sister were almost immediately denied as being supervisors because they're so anti-Dakota.
Right.
So that was one of the main things that, they had a set of 4 different people that they were looking at as possible supervisors. It was a nanny, another person who I'm not remembering off the top of my head, and the Taylor's sister and mother. And so right now the guardian is looking at the other 2 as possibilities to potentially oversee these visits with Ever. I mean,
it feels very, I know that Taylor has obviously done some extreme things, but it seems really harsh to me because I feel like in a lot of cases, they always kind of give the mother some grace, and I feel like she didn't get that here. And I'm wondering, did the video that came out last month of her attacking Dakota in 2023, is that affecting the judge's mindset?
He's like, I'm taking the 2023 incident into account, but it's not weighing as heavily as the more recent allegations against her. Like in one incident, Dakota is alleging from May of 2025, Dakota was holding Ever while Taylor was allegedly attacking him. And so Taylor's team was like, well, Dakota was using Ever as a human shield, which is sick. Mm-hmm. And Dakota's attorney was like, well, why would you continue to attack him when he was holding Ever? So there's definitely some allegations that while what Dakota's team is trying to say is she is allegedly so unstable in these fits of rage against Dakota that it does not matter who is present or who is in the way, and that the children or child ends up being kind of a victim as a result of the outbursts. Mm-hmm. Really, so it's, you have to think her team was arguing, well, if you take Dakota out of the mix, then there's no reason for her to have the outburst. And so we have this protective order in place. So why can't we go back to our 70-30 custody arrangement, which is what they were that's what they were stating that they were hoping for going into this hearing. So
she must be devastated. I'm sure her family's devastated. I can't imagine. And I mean, I'm just kind of confused about the ruling. And I know I've never been the hugest Taylor fan, but it does feel really harsh considering she has a similar abuse allegations against Dakota. So it's what's the major difference here?
I think probably one of the sickest things that came out of that hearing is that after the allegations of him smashing her head into the dashboard, again, these are just allegations, that after that fight, he texted her. What did he text her?
Do you want to
Are you kidding me?
It just showed just how crazy their relationship is. I'm just how do we get to here? How does this keep happening over and over again? What is this horrific cycle? It's really scary. And these are 2 people who should not ever interact, at least no time soon.
I don't know if it was the judge of the Dakota's team, but somebody said, considering the 2023 incident, she should have known better. And I think it was actually the judge. She should have known better than to have gotten herself in situations where she could have the same outcome again.
Right.
And that's completely fair because it's how do you allow this to happen again? How do you allow yourself to be in that situation again?
I remember her lawyer did say she's in therapy. She's in regular therapy. She took parenting classes and CPS, or what Department of
the Family Services.
Yeah, Family Services is helping her and Dakota through this. So it seems like she's taking all the right measures right now to protect herself and get better and to keep her nose clean with the court. What can we expect in the April 30th hearing?
Yeah, so they're going to go back April 30th. The judge is going to rule on Dakota's protective order specifically during that hearing. So that will become either a permanent or a set time frame, because right now it's a temporary protective order. And then also during that April 30th hearing, they'll be discussing Ever's custody, how that's going to pan out. And that's when also they're going to discuss in more detail Taylor's last minute file for a protective order against Dakota as well. And what we've learned, since we broke the story about Taylor filing her protective order on Tuesday morning, is that the judge did grant her the protective order request. So Dakota also has to stay 100 feet away from her, as does she with Dakota.
I don't know if you fully know, but like, why did she file that order like hours before court? What was her end game there?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's speculation. I mean, people have speculated that she was trying to get like the upper hand in the hearing, that maybe she had been told she should file this sooner and didn't want to rock the boat and thought maybe, Dakota would drop this protective order against her. I think, she was probably hoping that it was going to give her some sort of legal upper hand.
I also felt it was interesting that he hired a female lawyer and then she hired a male lawyer. I don't know. There was like, I saw some speculation that maybe he felt having a female lawyer would bring some sort of like sympathy to him.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. That makes sense that he would,
Or like that he, is a feminist. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, there's definitely something behind that though. I could see that.
I guess that we'll have to stay tuned. I mean, there's been a lot of other things going on with Taylor not court related. Like she posted this really emotional update that she was distancing herself from the Mormon church.
So crazy. Yeah. I mean, like, was that the same? That was a different update from the 40 days update.
They were posted at the same, one was a post and one was her story.
Yes.
So she posted the one that she was leaving the church to her stories about the same time she posted, I'm living, the last 40 days have been hell on earth. And you did the math and the 40 days before that was the February 23rd incident.
Yeah. I mean, like, it sounds like she is kind of, I remember seeing her at the Oscars and she looks kind of a mess at the Oscars. Like you can almost see the pain on her face. Like I feel like I got the sense that she knew something was about to drop.
Right, because that was March 5th maybe?
That was days before everything unraveled.
Right, because she was on the Oscars red carpet, seemingly on top of the world. Her season of The Bachelorette was about to drop. Mormon Wives was about to drop.
Her face just looks kind of dead and she just looks kind of like barely there.
And then she posted a bunch of crying selfies, which normally I'm like we know you probably, it's a lot, but like I do really feel for her that she is dealing with really harsh consequences to her actions.
And leaving the church, we were wondering, is she getting the boot? Has she been kicked out? I mean, I can't.
It begs the question,
right? I mean, I can't even imagine going to church right now, like in such a, I don't know. I'd assume that it's probably a kind of judgmental community.
Right. And she's already, she's been divorced. She has 2 baby daddies. She has an arrest under her belt. So it's like, I'm sure she's already facing a lot of judgment from people in her church. And then maybe, I don't know exactly how one gets kicked out of the LDS church.
Yeah.
But perhaps, or maybe she was told just like unofficially, you're not welcome here anymore.
Oh, so sad.
And it's like, that's where you should be able to get peace and like
embraced
and like be embraced during your rock bottom moments. And it sounds like didn't happen.
So sad.
It's really sad. And she also posted a few things. She posted, I thought it was interesting, a TikTok with her daughter Indy where she's like dancing to a Becky G song in the shower while wet and her daughter's dancing in the bathroom. And I feel like we don't see her daughter Indy very much. So that was interesting. Maybe just kind of, she was trying to show like me and Indy are good. Indy and I are really good right now.
Yeah.
Like all these things that happened that was 3 years ago. And now we've all moved on from that.
Oh, these poor children.
I know. That's like, I just kind of like I have a child who's the exact same age as Ever, like born the same week even. So I'm just always thinking like, what? They know more than you think. And I'm just like, what does her son know? What is he aware of? Like he must be like, where's my mommy?
Indy is the same age as my daughter. And so it's like, you just like, of course they're like, where is Ever? Like Indy, I'm sure is like, where is Ever? Like
where's my brother?
All of this has to be explained to Indy. Like, mommy got in trouble again.
Yeah.
I'm
sure the older
traumatizing
kids,
them.
The older kids probably know a lot. Yeah. I'm sure Ever is just very confused. And I just feel like this might be controversial, but I really think kids need their mom as long as they're not in any immediate danger.
Yeah.
And I personally thought she should have had custody resumed. I understand there should be checks and balances. Like maybe she needed to go to therapy, or like she needs to have a social worker check in with her once a week or something just to keep an eye on her, or like her family check in on her, something. But like 8 hours a week, that's nothing.
It's nothing.
There's 24 hours in a day.
No. No.
So my heart is really broken for her. And I think honestly, there's a lot of sympathy. Like the sympathy tables have turned. Like I feel like initially there was all the sympathy with Dakota, and now Taylor's side is finally getting out there, like leaking out there bit by bit through the restraining order and through that hearing. And I think she's very flawed and difficult, and she's been through some difficult things, and she has a lot of flaws, but I do think she wants to be a good mom and loves her children, and that's just heartbreaking.
Oh, it's crushing.
So we believe that the Mormon Wives, like, production has not officially resumed, but heard that the cast is really encouraging it. They want it to happen as soon as possible. Everyone wants to get going, but we believe that Taylor and Dakota are not going to be a part of it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Taylor and Dakota are coming back at least anytime soon.
At least for season 5, when season 5 resumes. But like, what's next for her?
Well, certainly we know it's not Mormon Wives, but we're still waiting to hear whether or not she's going to face any charges from these latest domestic incidents. And if she does, then everything is just out the window for her. Her whole life is going to be so screwed for a very long time, because if she gets charged again and found guilty again, of course, that'll trigger her probation, and then she's going to end up, she could face actual really hard time. She could face prison time.
It was up to 5 years, you heard? Okay.
5 years.
That is insane.
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
And this is the woman who was on top of the world just like a month ago. I think we could talk about the consequences that Dakota is now facing, including being completely written out of the new season of Vanderpump Villa. So him and the Dad Talk guys went to Vanderpump Villa, which was in the UK, and it was a show that was filming about the service industry there, and they had a stay in the Vanderpump Villa, and Dakota allegedly hooked up with someone there. It was discussed on Mormon Wives, but we had yet to see the episodes air, and now they're apparently going to be cut.
I was told from a source that there was actually that Vanderpump Villa decided to stretch the episodes out into 3 episodes with Dad Talk. Just like, I guess, because the Mormon Wives episode clearly just shook the entire franchise to the core because of all the cheating allegations with Marciano, Vanderpump Villa villain.
Vanderpump villain, Villa, whatever.
And so sources tell me that the Dad Talk was supposed to be over 3 different episodes. So sources were very confused how they were going to take Dakota out of those. But it sounds like Dakota's storyline was one of the smaller storylines out of the Dad Talk stuff, because Jordan ends up confronting Marciano. So that's going to be in the Villa episodes. So there's other like meatier things. And so Lisa Vanderpump was like, we don't want a problematic Dakota marring these episodes when we can just cut his part out.
Interesting. I mean, but there's probably a lot of group scenes. Are they going to like blur his face? Like some editor over there is like, I need to really get back, because I'm sure that's like ready to go. It's coming out in a week or so. So they're probably like, oh my God, we got to get back to work.
Yeah.
Burning the midnight oil over here to get Dakota out.
My sources were like, I don't know how they're going to do this, because Dakota is in like many, I'm sure he's in every single scene with the rest of the guys.
Oh my God. I mean, God bless the production and editors over there.
Yeah,
doing God's work.
I cannot even
imagine how pissed I'd be like, no, I just finished this.
I quit.
And now, I don't want to do this, but.
Yeah. But Dakota somehow still managed to remain on Unwell Winter Games, right?
Yeah. So that is, just 2 episodes have dropped now. I watched part of the first one, and he's a major part of it. Like, so I guess because Vanderpump Villa is under the ABC, Hulu, Disney umbrella, they had to all make the same decisions regarding Dakota and Taylor. But since Unwell is under like Alex Cooper's umbrella and YouTube, maybe they're like, we don't give a shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we don't care so much.
Or maybe they're like, it's too much work.
Everybody is problematic on our Unwell series anyway. I mean, it's Unwell.
They have Huda from Love Island, who just had a restraining order filed against her from her boyfriend's ex and baby mama, with all these allegations of like harassment, and she's still on it.
And we have Demi on Unwell, who has a lawsuit against her for claiming that
Defamation,
Marciano
yeah.
sexually assaulted her. So there's plenty of unwell characters
Right.
on the show.
They're all deeply unwell, and they're like, if we can't air anything if we're going to cut out all the problematic people because they're all problematic.
They're leaning into it.
Yeah, so Dakota is facing some consequences for the toxic cycle he has going on with Taylor, but not seemingly all of them. So I guess we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. Yeah, I'm sure. I wonder if Dakota has any regrets at this point.
I would hope so. I guess we can shift gears to Jessi.
Jessi hard launching Marciano as a relationship. What is that like?
Are there no other men in Utah? No, where are the men? There's how many men are on this earth? Like
apparently
billions.
Like 8.
She has to only have sex with people in the friend group. Like, I mean, she got divorced from Jordan, which we know he filed for divorce against her after she told him she was done with the marriage. Then we talked last week about how she hooked up with Chase, and now Marciano is back in the picture. Do you want to recap the Marciano of it all?
Yeah, the Marciano of it all. So Mom Talk was on Vanderpump Villa. Marciano claimed that he had hooked up with Demi. Demi claimed that she was sexually assaulted by Marciano. And then after Vanderpump Villa, Jessi and Marciano connected and they were like messaging or whatever. And they ended up meeting up in LA and hooking up. They admitted to hooking up. Marciano spun a lie that they had, allegedly it was a lie, that they had sex, and eventually Jessi and Marciano took lie detector tests. Those lie detector tests supposedly revealed that they did not have sex, but they did hook up. And so it was probably, a pretty heavy nail in the coffin for her marriage to Jordan. And now they're together.
So now,
out.
Clearly they want people to know because he posted a whole TikTok about it. She reposted about it. It looks like they were making some sort of content. She was like pouring lemonade down his mouth in one of the videos, and another one they were holding hands. So it's like, my question is like, what is her goal here? What's her end game? Why is she doing this?
I hope that they're screwing because, at least it would make it all worthwhile.
Right. Is this just a F you to Jordan? Is this all that is? Like, F you, Jordan, I can do what I want now? Is that her goal?
I hope so. I'm down with that. I'm down with a big old you to Jordan, and I hope they're screwing. Yeah.
You know what?
Have at it, girl. Have at it, girl. As long as you guys don't end up in a relationship, because he is also super toxic. Just
This better be temporary. You know what? It's like, I guess like it's no harm, no foul. Like, she's not friends with Demi. At least Marciano is single that we're aware of. Yeah. So she's not hooking up with someone. Marciano's not the ex-husband of anyone for friends.
Yeah.
So you know what? Now that I hear your side, I'm like, you know what? Who cares?
You know what? Who cares? Have fun, girl.
Do what you want to do.
Get that D. Get that non-Utah D. Go Cali on that,
All right, because he doesn't live in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Or seemingly not around there.
I think he's from Rhode Island, but he lives in Cali now.
Yeah. So I guess more will be revealed. I don't know if they're releasing like a new ad together. That would actually be kind of fun. Like maybe they're doing some sort of thing together because she was like more content coming. Yeah. There was tease. So I guess we'll see. But Michaela is not happy about it. She posted a thing like, get away from this crusty man is what she said.
Oh.
So her friends are not here for it because if you do, he did apparently lie that they slept together. So Michaela thinks that's unforgivable.
Yeah, he did cause a whole bunch of havoc in their group and lied and manipulated and tried to get a better storyline by saying he slept with Jessi. He was angling for a better storyline on Mormon Wives. That's, what we've been told. And so, he's a clout chaser for sure. And
you know what? She could do worse things.
As long as they don't end up in a relationship, I'm all for it.
Yeah. We can also talk about Chase went on Harry Jowsey's podcast.
Speaking of another clout chaser.
Oh, Chase. So he went on Harry Jowsey's podcast and was confirmed that which we knew that he hooked up with Jessi. They kissed while they were drinking in LA at a party. And he was basically saying like, I did it. I fessed up to Miranda, his ex-wife, right away. She said, you're a idiot, which
He knew.
Miranda's everyone. He knew.
He
but
knew he's an
like,
idiot.
at least I confessed to it right away. He's like, I called her the next day and I told her everything.
Yeah.
He said he confirmed that Jessi and Miranda are not on good terms, understandably. And then Chase and Harry kissed on the podcast.
Which I love. Harry is hilarious. He has interjected himself in every single situation in the Mormon Wives cast. And this is like chef's kiss, beautiful. He like started this whole thing by like going on TikTok and saying, hey, Chase, I got to tell you something. I think you and I should kiss. And so like it all started as like this tease, like sexy Harry Jousey tease for Chase. And I'm like,
they kissed.
Yeah, and they kissed. They actually went through with it. I'm so happy for them.
I'm very happy for them too. I think it was like, Chase, you've kissed everyone on the cast. You might as well kiss me.
I feel like what happens when two red flags kiss? Does a fire start?
Yeah, like bursts into flames. I don't know, but I kind of love the Harry Jousey of it all, like getting himself into everything. And you know what? I wish the best for Chase and Harry.
I really do too. They would have beautiful babies.
Yeah, run off into the sunset. That would be the plot twist no one saw coming.
Yeah, yeah. God bless them.
Whitney is now the chief creative officer of Cool Sips, which is a new dirty soda company here in New York.
I love it. This is so great. We did a taste test
Yes.
on Cool Sips a couple of episodes ago.
Yes.
And it is a great beverage company.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic beverage company.
And I love that. I think it's really cool. Like, Jess and I don't drink anymore.
Yeah.
So we want like fun beverages, non-alcoholic beverages. I think it's really cool. And Whitney is like very clever. She's doing incredible with her life. She's still on Broadway. Mark Ballas, her Dancing with the Stars partner, has joined her. She's breaking records on Broadway, and now she's joined the team with Cool Sips, which was a really smart idea.
Yeah. And Cool Sips could use the help. They are not as busy as they should be, as they are going to need to be for that rent in Rock Center.
Yeah, that is like a very expensive rent.
Yeah.
It's like literally across the street from us.
It's right in Midtown.
Right in Midtown, in a really nice location. So I really think that this is what they need.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really smart move. And I honestly, I really liked. I mean, I think our marketing for Cool Sips was also really great,
Amazing.
but we're not quite as famous and successful on Broadway as Whitney. So
Or anywhere.
So, we're all here for it. And Jess and I were like, oh, I really want I want to really go get a Cool Sips drink now.
Well, it was funny too because I feel like I feel like we kind of were told without being told that Whitney had already been in because the staff at Cool Sips knew her order and they were like, it's our favorite. So I feel like there was already like that synergy had already happened.
They were in the works. It was in the works.
Definitely.
And she did say in an interview, I forget with Variety maybe, that she had them cater her Broadway debut party, and that's how they like started meshing up and working together.
I love it.
Yeah,
It's great.
I think it's awesome. I could not say me and you have always loved Diet Coke. We love soda, and like I feel like it gets a bad rap sometimes. Like I'd have friends who are like, I don't drink soda. It's not good for you. And it's like,
Okay.
F off. It's the only like out of all the vices in the world, it's not bad.
It's better than doing cocaine.
It's better than doing drugs. It's better than a lot of other things we could be doing that we're not doing. So I am so excited for Cool Sips and Whitney's partnership. And I hope she comes out with some really cool flavors like the Whitney. Maybe there'll be the Whitney, the Taylor, the Jen, not the Jen because she hates Jen. It'll be like the Miranda, the Layla, the Jessi. So we are so here for it. And Cool Sips, do you want to sponsor our podcast?
Yes, that would be great.
That would be amazing. We'll like all wear all the merch. We'll be holding the drink. We're here for it and we're ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's still so much more to come. So everyone just like stay tuned in this space for more from us.
Yeah.
And as we always ask, will
Mom Talk survive this?